Radavan sonic boomed the water. Racer attacked thin air. Kia, what were you going to do?
It was my turn? Okay,
Actually, it was Marlowe's turn next.
Yeah, I think I just went...
Marlowe has kind of made it over here now. She is on the bank.
On the bank, yay!
Alright. Okay. So let's rehash Racer. Okay, from these bushes, a fellow jumps out, crouching down low to the ground.
What the?
And he's like, almost looks in surprise as he says, "Bloody hell, not you people again!"
Oh.
It's the shadow!
I was about to say, is that...
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, glancing around, looking to his left and his right, he stealthily is moving across, like, casually, like, coming over in y'all's direction. He's like, "I'm on the track of somebody. There's somebody committing a crime here in the local town, and I'm looking for them."
Whose turn is it, Gore? Or is it nobody's turn?
Race's turn.
Okay.
Before I saw the shadow, I was anticipating getting to Radavan, so I'm gonna kind of, I guess, run past him.
Okay. He watches you run by.
Pushes
He's
him
like,
out of the way. Busy
Alright.
right now. Mommy and Daddy are talking.
Yep, you can get that far. Okay. So you run over to Radavan.
Yes.
Kia! What do you want to do?
I'm going to attempt to ignore him, move this way. I'm
You
going to
don't have to
cast my...
attempt to. You can if you want.
Okay. I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to cast my last detect magic in this direction.
All right. Nothing magical radiates from a cone in front of you in and around the water.
Darn it. Okay.
Marlowe, you're on the other side of the water. What are you going to do?
Oh, sweet God. Okay, I'm gonna do a listen check.
Okay. Make your roll. Someone has to pay for the property damage under the blacksmith, right?
Okay. What the hell?
Okay, you're like... Again, all you can really hear is the rushing sound of the water as you're standing right
Too
by it.
loud out here!
Shh! Hush, water, hush! Alright, Radavan.
Eat nature.
Okay, so I'm gonna face the shadow and cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
Because, by God, if someone went invisible and then this motherfucker just appeared randomly,
Yeah, I know.
and knowing that this guy can disguise himself,
Alright, so hold person.
the ladies are
You
completely...
are... Hey, it's a perfectly logical thing to do. So you have a... you have any particular talent with that range, with that school?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's not a law spell or a strength spell,
Nope.
as far as I know. So it's just
have a wisdom of? A wisdom bonus of?
my wisdom bonus is 3,
Alright.
and it is a level 2 spell.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Nope. Does not work. As you kind of wave your hands and cast on him, he's like, "Hold on, fella, I'm on your side."
yeah. Get on the floor now.
I have no intention of getting on the floor.
Okay, well, that's, I guess, I can't move that much, so I'll move a little bit.
You can move 5 feet, yeah.
What
like-
are you...
I understand you being paranoid, but we've worked before. don't you remember? I helped Kia track down that foul orc, Rochek. And we killed all those orcs in that encampment before I made my way off after you went spelunking in some mine.
Okay, how long have you been in that tree? Were you in that tree?
Well, I've moved over and was hiding in that tree, and then I noticed that you were all playing around in the river, so I thought it might be safest to make myself known, seeing as the vile culprit was obviously no longer here. I was tracking him.
Tracking who?
The person that'd been stealing. I was hired by a village blacksmith. He said that his good name had been put into question by a local noble, and that he had some idiots out looking for the culprit, but he didn't have any faith in their ability, so he hired me.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
gonna punch the dwarf.
considering I saved your life, we are far from idiots.
Oh, I didn't say you're idiots. I'm just saying that this is what the
He knew
dwarf
it was
said.
us.
Please understand, I cast no aspersions upon your good name.
Alright, well, I'm casting Zone of Truth on him.
Okay.
Because it's getting... And I'm going to approach him so I'm within it as well.
All right.
And I'm doing it openly. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, we're getting to the bottom of this, Shadow.
He says, fine, whatever, just everybody keep your ears and your eyes peeled. I have a suspicious feeling that this person can turn invisible.
Oh my god.
No shit.
Meanwhile, while Shaggy and the Shadow go backwards and forwards, what's Racer want to do?
I will do, just as the shadow requested, I will do a listen and a spot check.
All right.
So listen first.
Okay. That damn river is just making so much noise.
Yeah, and then a spot.
Okay. you
19.
Glance around. Okay. Kia.
And I'm gonna move just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Fine.
do the same thing.
All right.
I'm gonna do my spot first. Okay, and my listen.
Okay. Get your eyes peeled and your ears open. All right, Marlo, what are you gonna do?
Does it matter?
Oh, it definitely might.
Spot check. Listening didn't work.
That Zone of Truth is 70 feet all around, just so you know.
Yeah. All right, get your ears open. All right, so 70 feet. 70-foot radius?
It's a 70-foot radius. Oh no, that's the range. It's 20-foot radius.
That's what I figured. Okay.
I know that's what the
That's a
radius.
giant zone of truth.
I was gonna say.
I was
holy
like
shit.
Zone of Truth, the whole thing. No, that was my bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, from you, it's pretty much everybody. So Racer, you, and Shadow are in it right now. Okay. All right, well, he doesn't seem to have any problem with you casting that. Assuming he even has a clue what it is you're doing. All right. Let's move him. Okay, so he kind of like moves in, gets closer to you guys. And then says, it's probably better if we keep our voices down.
Listen, when did the dwarf hire you?
That ship has sailed.
You have to understand that this is highly suspicious that you would just appear here.
He says, oh no, I totally understand. He hired me but a day ago. He said something about things had gotten out of hand and he was getting pressured to produce work that he was not yet ready to finish.
And this led you out here how? How did you go from in town to out here?
Well, I did what any sensible person would do. I searched the dwarven blacksmiths. I noticed that someone had jimmy opened the lock, so I followed several sets of footsteps. I followed them basically right here, and it comes, well, it seems logical that the several sets of footsteps quite possibly were yours, in fact.
Okay. And and I'm sure you have been aware that we've been in town for several days now.
I was aware that somebody was in town.
We've been pretty less than subtle.
I've only been here. I was only here one day ago, as I said, and I've kept myself to myself. I hadn't even gone to the inn.
Look, Shadow, I've been with you for several, actually, like close to a month, right? You are anything but subtle. You are the most loudmouth braggart I've ever known.
Ah, yes, when I'm not particularly working for somebody, but when I'm hired to do a job. After all, Kia, as he kind of yells across to her, how many months did you search for that accursed orc Rochek, and how quickly did I manage to track him down? Yes,
up.
I might be a little loud. I might be a bit flamboyant, but I know how to do my job, damn it. Tracking things is what I do.
Can Marlo hear them arguing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do we really have to do this right now?
I just ignore Marlo. You just look at this guy. And I'm like, there's no way you've been in that town for one day and not known that it was us doing the investigation. I find that completely... I mean, have you spoken to anyone else in town during your investigation?
No.
Like Lord Harrington?
I was particularly requested by the dwarf to not to talk to anybody.
The dwarf and I were on good terms last I checked, and he seemed to have a lot of confidence or faith in my
I can't
abilities.
tell you what the dwarf was thinking or what he wasn't. All I can tell you is I went into town, I went there to get a weapon sharpened. He asked me why I was dressed as such, this and the other. Well, of course, I regaled him of my tracking talents. He then asked me if I would possibly do a favor for him, but I needed to keep it on the very, very quietest of levels.
So you tracked us out here after the incident back at town, and then you decided to climb a tree once you saw it was us?
No, I didn't know it was you to start with. I don't have the vision that these elves can. I was hiding in the tree when I suddenly saw...
I stick out like a sore thumb. Come on.
He said, yes. I was sneaking in this direction, following tracks. It takes time. I suddenly see a whole bunch of fire on the horizon, so I snuck up to here, I hid in the tree, and I could see nothing but silhouettes against all the flames in the distance. It wasn't until you people moved to the right, to the river, where I could actually make you people out. That's when I thought it would be sensible to make myself aware.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care if you believe me or not, I'm just telling you the truth. I could have just hid there. Anyway, if I was this person that you think, why would I come and walk right here between the two of you? You're here, Race is here. Any minute, either one of you could just murder me.
Do it.
Well, first off, you know full well what I'm all about.
Do I? Yes, I do, the
we
shadow.
traveled
But would
for
be...
like a past month together.
Exactly, that's my point. If I was anybody but me. So what are we arguing about? Do you not believe I am who I say I am?
Having a hard time believing it, to be honest with you. Especially since we've discovered that this culprit can disguise themselves.
Yes, but he can't hide his footprints. I managed to track him all the way here, and I'm going to continue to track him. Seeing as you don't seem to want to trust me, that's fine. You're not paying me this time, so we don't have to work together. I'll find this fellow myself and get paid.
I'm just going to look at him and be like, well, be careful. I've heard there's a lot of ghouls, ghosts, and nasties out here. You might want to be careful. And I'm just going to stomp to the river.
Okay, he kind of looks at you like...
wow.
and shakes his head. Looking at Racer, he says, I pity you. Do you know that? I truly pity you.
Thank you.
And then he begins to walk away, he's like just walking around here checking the ground. Like he's in your vicinity, but he's not bothering to pay you any more attention. Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Is it my turn?
It is.
I am going to kind of just stay, 10, 20 feet behind the shadow and just kind of watch what he's doing.
Okay.
Not trying to hide that I'm blatantly watching him.
Alright. He is searching on the ground, trying to find some semblance of tracks, but grumbling that there's all these stupid footprints running over themselves. How the hell he's supposed to find somebody when there's been all this heavy-footed, plate mail-wearing oaf running around is beyond him.
Do I hear that? He's muttering, right? So I'm by
Yeah.
the water.
Yep.
Okay. Son of a bitch. Fucking healed him and everything.
Alrighty. Racer, you're doing that. Kia, you have any particular thing you want to do?
I was kind of headed downstream this way to thinking he might just be, if he's hurt, floating down the river to get away from us, maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
So I'm gonna head down that way and do a lot of
How
do
far?
some spotting
Do you
and
have
looking.
any edge of distance you don't want to go beyond from the rest of the group, or are you just going to wander all the way down to the docks?
I'll probably go 400 feet away at most.
Okay. Dimension door capable.
Yeah, I don't want to use the spell.
Okay, so you go wandering down there. Marlo. Okay, it looks like you're scouting along the northern.
Yeah, I've been pacing up
western
and down
bank.
over here. Except for the time that I took to sit there and give the, really?
Right.
We're doing this now? Look, to everybody else.
Okay. Right. Once he gets to here, he seems to be paying particular interest to the edge of the riverbank. You kind of notice him watch down, and he's looking. He's like, "Damn it!" He says, "Good day," and he starts running in this direction.
Okay.
Radovan, what do you want to do?
Well, I give Raisa a look. I mean, I know she got burned. She looks burned, right?
Yeah, she got singed pretty good.
And then I just point at the guy as he's running and just, let's go. Saved him once before.
I will do what Radovan says. He says go, I will follow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following.
As soon as he sees you start to follow him, he stops. He turns around and goes, no. You dismissed me. You want to do this yourself. I don't want to deal with you. He goes, you're making this very difficult. I will find this person. I will get paid.
I'm just running back to town.
Then go on.
So you're going where I'm running.
Now
So
I'll stand
lead on.
right here and watch you run into town, and then I'll do my best to find the tracks afterwards.
Marlo shouts to the shadow, "Asshole, he's getting away! Where are we going?"
He said, he's long gone. He goes, he went into the river and down the river. I could have.
Let's go down the river.
Of course, I could have told you that minutes ago if you hadn't have been so damn belligerent.
Belligerent? I saved your life.
Yes, but what have you done for me lately? Nothing.
Getting further away!
Come on, Marlo, let's go. Raisa, come on.
Okay, he said he kind of looks at Racer and he says, "Psst. You do understand that these idiots are never going to find this person without my help, don't you?"
I know this.
He says, "To be absolutely truthful with you, the cleric has gotten very much under my skin, and I have no desire to help this fool any further, but I think you and I have a little bit more of an understanding. So, what is your interest in this fellow?"
Simply, to just stop the stealings.
"And who acquired your service?"
The person who hires the blacksmith to make
"Oh,
the
that
shields.
lord fellow.
The Lord.
Well, look, I'm willing to play fair if you are. I'm getting paid 500 gold to find this son of a bitch. Were you getting anywhere close to a similar sum?"
About that.
So, was that each or for all of you?
I believe it was each.
Well, then we all have a similarly invested interest, don't we?
We do.
And as much as I hate to admit it, if I do end up in an open fight with this fellow, bloody cleric might come in handy, and so might that pesky sorceress. I don't know that one across the river. But, I suppose we could work together. Just this last time, if the clerical mind is P's and Q's.
As soon as I hear you, like, I'm gonna turn around and be like, shh.
I can hear them, right?
Nope.
If you make a listen check, because he is like literally moving right in, he's like moving right up close, and he's whispering. So you'll have to make a listen check because he is being deliberately very quiet.
That's all I was asking. Jesus, Raisa.
Hey, she doesn't know that.
Technical question. Yeah.
No. You can barely discern anything they're saying over the sound of the roar of the river.
Okay, so I would honestly just move ahead.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
So I'm going to continue the conversation with the shadow. I'm going to say, I do apologize for him, and honestly, I hope you don't judge me by what he says. But perhaps we'll keep our liaising between us if that would make you more comfortable.
He says, well, to be absolutely truthful, if it wasn't for the fact that there was 500 gold pieces on the line, I wouldn't even consider working with you people anymore after those kind of insults. I understand initially him being somewhat skeptical, but
I don't think he was listening to you. I discerned right away. You knew all the facts of our backstory. There's no way. But
Right.
I think he was just so fixated. But again, I do apologize. But like I said, if you'd rather just speak with me, we can arrange that. And I hope you don't judge me based on my friends.
Right. I'm not moving you guys back. I'm basically just extending the river scene. So you guys are walking down along it. He says, no, that seems to be quite adequate. All right. Does anyone... are you guys just all going to follow it all the way back down to the docks? Or is anyone doing anything particular along the way?
I would like to just say to the shadow that my party, my friends, we've been up. It's been a long day. We do need rest if possible. But I will ask his... what he thinks we should do.
Oh, well, I'm going to keep on tracking this fellow. He now knows we're onto him. He's going to be out of here. He said, I'm just going to keep scouting along this riverbank and hope that I'm lucky enough that he came up on this side. I'm assuming he probably would, as opposed to the other side, because unless he's going to try to escape this town on foot, he probably has a means of transport somewhere.
So, no rest for the wicked.
Well, you rest if you wish. I'm just not going to. Alright, so if you guys are continuing to move, he's moving very slowly because he's searching along the riverbank.
I'd be moving a little bit faster.
Okay,
I'm
well
not
then-
really interested in his
No,
scouting.
I know. So move yourself all the way along.
All right.
As far as you're moving. Full movement rate if you want to. And Marlowe, you can do the same if you're moving along. Okay, so Kia, you've come over there.
Yeah. Yes.
He looks at you and he says,
Hello, Shadow.
He says, I apologize for my recent outburst. I just, I only wanted to help, and after being scolded and, well, questioned, and my good name had been, aspersions cast upon it, I must admit I did get a little bit agitated. Is there any kind of magic that you could possibly do to help discern where this fellow went?
The only thing I can do is detect magic, which I can't do until I rest
Well.
again.
Oh, well, that's not going to help then.
I need 4 hours, Shadow.
Awfully sorry. I had a bauble.
You drag me around in a cart while I sleep.
Don't have a cart, I'm afraid.
That's too bad.
But I was actually going to ask you if you could discern this, but and he puts his hand in his pocket, but then stops. If you can't
Show
do
me.
it, then there's no point. You said you can't do it. I'll show
Well,
you
I
tomorrow.
can still look at it, and with my vast knowledge, tell you if I think it might have properties.
Okay. Well, he pulls out what appears to be a pretty large, kind of it looks like a diamond about the size of a fist. He says, I acquired this. Yeah, about that big, yeah. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, yeah, so Racer, you see him holding this massive thing. He says, I believe it might have magical properties. He said, the
I'm
reason
gonna
I
do it.
acquired it is it's apparently some kind of scrying stone. You think of who it is you're tracking, and then you can visualize them. If we could figure out how to make it work, I'm sure we could... Well, here, I trust you, and he hands it to you.
To me or Risa?
To you. Well,
Okay.
you're the one that, in theory, is going to...
Okay. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to do a knowledge arcana check on it.
Alright. He kind of looks at Racer and then says, and if you have any idea of what the value might be, I'd be very interested.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So as you guys are doing that, so he's basically Racer, you've got the bauble, you're looking at it, Kia's looking at it. He goes, terribly sorry. And then he stabs Kia 3 times. Like, and goes, now! And
What?
a rope drops from the ceiling, like from the sky, and a fellow starts to shimmy down it like he comes out of nowhere.
What?
I assume we heard him scream now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bloody cleric.
He's like, awfully sorry. He goes,
Oh my god.
I do work for pay, and after all, the person I'm
Fuck
working
you.
for is paying me an awful large amount. Okay, so... hits you for 7 with the first stab with the rapier, 5 with the second, and 3 with the dagger. 4 with the
15
dagger,
damage.
sorry. He's like, shh, shh, shh. Okay, like, so literally above you, like a hole opens in the sky and a rope drops out of it, and a guy is shimmering down the rope out of nowhere. So
Nice.
What the
Radavan's
actual...
probably yelling. Oh man.
so yeah,
Knew it!
Radavan hears the sudden screams.
Am I poised to attack him? Kind of because I'm
Honestly, well, that's the whole thing. You got you're glad you're looking at the gem. Kia's looking at the gem. That was the whole ruse, is like draw your attention. So that's why he basically gets a full attack in as an attack of our. It's like a surprise attack. Now it's going to come down to initiative. So this would be a new combat.
Freaking A. Okay.
So we're going to have to roll initiatives. Yeah.
10 for me.
Racer with a 10.
Yeah.
Rado with an 8. Oh my
Wow.
god, Kia with a 5.
Ouch.
Let's see where Marlo's going to come in. Marlo on a 22 when she can get there. I'm rolling openly for your shadow.
Fucking hate rivers.
Shadow is on a 15, so he is first in your group. And I will roll for the other guy. /R 1d20 plus 3. And he's on a 17. Okay. Okay, so he basically, his round, he comes down, like he's coming, he's coming out of his 20, from basically 20 foot out of the sky on a rope. As he drops to the floor. That's what he does. Shadow's regular attack, he is attacking Kia again. 3 times.
3. Oh no.
He knows what you can do, remember?
Yes.
So the first one, I'll roll these openly, is a hit. Second one is a miss. And the third one is a hit. So rapier hits you for 6, dagger hits you for 3.
6 and 8, 9.
And remember, if you're going to cast any spells, you have to roll above 10 plus the damage you took for your concentration check.
Right.
Combat music, sure. Why not?
Oh man. This is great.
He is having a rough time.
Seriously.
Of all the people to fuck you over. All right. Okay, Marlo,
Oh,
what do you want to do?
man.
Okay, so I get over there.
60 foot across the river to him.
Facing over there, son of a bitch must pay! And Marlo dives into the river to swim across.
Okay. All right, Marlo starts to swim across. All right, so you'll be about here. Okay, Racer, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh, I'm stabbing that motherfucker.
Okay. When you say that motherfucker, you're talking about the shadow, right?
The shadow. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
he's attacking Kia.
All right.
So 27.
You hit him.
Do you want damage first or second attack first?
You can roll both attacks because he's fully healed. He's not.
19.
All right. You hit him twice.
So do you want me to just double the damage then?
Yeah, you can just roll it twice. That'll work.
I don't think I did that right.
No, /R 2d6 plus 4.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I've done it. Oh, nice
15.
damage. 15.
Awesome.
Well done.
Okay, you go to work with your short sword. Doing
Now I'm going to yell at. I'm going
points of
to
damage.
profusely swear at him for stabbing Kia.
I would. Alright, 15 points of damage to the shadows.
You're
like,
gonna
"Ah!"
die, motherfucker! Is probably what comes out of my mouth.
I have a question for you, Gorb.
Yes.
Before you do the next thing. I think I still have mage armor on. I don't know if that would have affected any of the hits.
When did you cast mage armor?
It was in the last episode, right when we saw the guard was fake. I don't know, and it would last 9 hours.
What's the duration on your mage armor?
9 hours.
You would still have it.
Okay.
Let me go back up.
Yeah, I just remember. Well, yeah.
And he got what? Let's see.
Forgot about it.
The 21 would have hit regardless, right?
Right. So it would make my AC 19, I think. I don't know if that changes anything.
Wouldn't have done for the first attacks, because you wouldn't have got to count your dex bonus or any of that stuff either, because it's a surprise attack. But the mage armor would have still stood, but he still would have hit. But the 12 didn't hit anyway. So the 12 plus 8. So one of those. What did you say your armor should be?
19.
Okay, then you got a 20 and a 21, so they both hit.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 12 would have missed either way, so it's the same damage, but it's good to know that you still got it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Racer stabs at the guy. Radovan.
I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and you get one attack on it.
He is 80 feet away.
It's 120 foot. I mean,
Yep.
as well. How far could I move with it getting that attack in? Because it's a concentration, but if I'm walking, I can. Because.
Okay,
It's like. I think I can move.
1 second.
I could use my move action.
Yes, I believe you can, which would be 30.
It would so it's a standard action to cast. So for the first.
So you could cast it now and move 5 feet.
Right, and get an attack in, because it springs in.
It gets to make one attack on entry, yes.
And I'm doing it to the shadow.
Okay.
So
Let me
here's
see,
the
hang on.
attack. Oh, sure. Yeah, each round after the first, you can use a move action to redirect a weapon to the new target. If you do not, the weapon continues to attack the previous round's target. On any round that the weapon switches target, it gets one attack. Subsequent rounds of attacking.
Yeah, I'm looking more for how much you can choose to move while still concentrating, and I think it's just standard move.
Okay.
I'm going to say it is because I think it is, and I'll look it up later. So you can still move. Well, standard move for you is 20 feet. So
Right.
you can move. You can walk 20 feet and still concentrate.
Right, but the first time just 5 feet because I'm casting it.
Yep. Okay. So.
So, I mean, I moved like there.
Yep.
And here's its attack on the back of the shadow's
Oh,
head.
hold on. Sorry, I
Oh.
was not ready for that. I was on a different screen. I was
problem.
getting you a spiritual hammer. Okay, it hits him.
All right.
I'll
The
get you your
damage.
hammer in a second. Yep. Roll damage.
Yes.
For 10.
10. Nice. 25 total damage. Okay. Now let me get you a spiritual hammer.
Give me a spiritual hammer, please.
Sweet.
Yay!
I don't
I've
know if
been
it'll be
wanting
a-
your spiritual hammer.
I don't know that it'll be a
Side.
spiritual hammer, but just for giggles and grins, we're going to put a hammer into play, and it is going to be...
A hammer into play.
There
Hammer
you go.
time.
There's your hammer.
I totally imagine a paladin, paladin hammer.
It's like a big spiritual glowing warhammer. All right. That was Radovan. Kia!
Okay.
Great time for a fireball. Right here.
No,
on the
no,
ground,
no.
right now.
I'll
Do it.
kill myself. That's a
And
good idea.
hey, you'll probably kill you and Racer. But you'll hit
Will I
them
get
as well.
attacks of opportunity if I back out? I mean, if one's climbing down a
Well, that's what he did. He's on the floor now.
He's on the floor now. Okay. All right.
I mean, you can try to retreat, and if they don't pursue you,
I think I'm level 2. I'm just running out of spells left and right. Okay.
nothing evil about it, guys. You gotta remember, they're
Well,
level
guess
9
what?
now. This is not. They're not in a kindergarten D&D world anymore.
I am retreating if I can. So we'll see.
Well, you can retreat. Retreat will allow you to move back 30 feet to about
Okay.
here. Or you can turn tail and run. They will get attacks of opportunity if you turn tail and run.
I'll retreat.
Okay.
Go 30 feet.
Right. Well, this guy has got a spiritual hammer and a racer to deal with, so the shadow is not going to worry about trying to... He's not stupid enough to do that. This guy hasn't been attacked yet, so he's paying attention to you. Alrighty. So, we are where? Marlowe! Okay, you have made it to the river, on the other side of the riverbank. You will be able to get in the fray on this next turn. Wet, soggy, and dripping, but nonetheless ready to go. Alright. It is the dude's turn. The culprit himself. Okay, fresh from coming out of his rope trick. Okay, he is going to use... Okay, he is casting a spell.
Can I do spellcraft to see, or can I even see him from that distance?
You can see him from there in the dark. You're too far
Shit.
away from the fire, so no, you can't.
Alright. Alright.
Alright, it is now the Shadow's turn. He is going to basically hard press and attack Racer. Oh, let me roll him openly. Shoot. Alright, the first
Thanks
one.
for healing me when they had the chance, Radovan.
Nothing.
Ooh.
One hit.
Oh.
Oh, and a crit, possibly.
What? Oh man.
But it's not a
not a
crit. Okay.
Good.
So he hits you once with the rapier, doing only 4 damage, and then once with the dagger, doing 5 damage. And he missed the other attack. All right. Racer, it is your turn.
Retaliation.
All right. Get him. 19.
Nice.
There you go. That could be a crit, right?
That is potential crit. Yay!
Now you just
Okay,
got to
rolling
make it
potential
count.
crit.
You crit your pet!
Yes, it's a crit. So double the damage on the crit.
Do you want damage first or?
Yeah, do the crit damage first. We'll do this one so that we get it out of the way. Oh man, so 6, 31. Don't you love it when that happens? Alright, now
I
make
do.
the second attack.
I do. It's just beautiful. 21.
But hit him.
All right.
D6 plus 2 for 5. Alright. Okay, he is moderately wounded for sure. You can see the various different cuts and scrapes from your weapons or your stabs and your slashes are definitely taking their toll on the guy. Radovan.
Isn't it Marlowe's turn?
Nope.
Oh, it's I'm at the
She will
I'm
go
at
at
the,
the
bottom,
top of the
right?
round, yeah.
Alright, so seeing that Kia is fucking hurt, I am moving to her. Like you said, I can go 30, right?
Yay.
You can walk 30 and maintain that swishy hammer, yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, you can,
Yeah.
if you want, you can run over to her and get there, but then the hammer will come floating back to you. This turn.
no, I'm maintaining, and I'm gonna direct it to attack this blonde-haired person.
Okay.
So I'm only getting one attack. But
Alright.
seeing that the shadow's all involved. Oh, 15.
Oh, it
only.
misses him, unfortunately.
Yeah, all right.
Swats at him and misses. Kia!
Okay, I am running into the river.
Okay. You run and dive headfirst
Yes.
into the water. Okay.
I just feel like practicing my swimming moves right now.
Marlo, it is your turn. Finally, you might get to hit something.
Alright, so if I make it to the guy with Race's not having like her all out shit fit on.
Right.
This guy here.
The other dude?
Yeah.
He's about 55 feet away. You can get to him and make one attack.
And make one attack. Okay.
Because you got to cover the distance. But basically be a +2 to hit because you got basically you're just like you're running in there and like
Alright, so that's how I'll start. I'll run all out to that guy and attack.
Alright. Any particular stance or style you're in right now? Utilizing any ability?
Actually, my plan was to fall into Tiger Stance and Flurry of Blows.
Alright, well you'll have to flurry of blows next round, but you could be in Tiger Stance this round.
Alright, that's what I'm doing then.
Okay, make sure you... Are you sure you want to do that? Look at your abilities. One of them is particularly advantageous when charging, I believe.
You're right.
DM hints! Woo!
Thank you, DM.
I had looked at that before, but I wasn't sure if
Hey, you know how it is. I'll only tell you the first time. After that, you're on your own.
You're right. I guess I should fall into leopard style.
Yep, run in there, leopard, leap, because it's like a leaping attack. So it gives you bonuses on your charge.
Cool.
Yep. All right, take a swing at the dude. The combat music's a tad loud. I'm going to bring it down just a fraction.
A little bit.
There you go, that's better. All right.
Alright, let me know if my math is wrong, because... God, it gets so...
5 plus 10. Your math is not wrong, I think. I don't know. Okay, I'm not looking at your sheet.
Okay, it says +4 hit with charge.
Yep, so you get +4 instead of the +2. And your base attack bonus is?
6.
Which would be +10. That's a total of 10. And I think that is it, right? You're dex based, right?
Yes.
Plus your dex.
4.
That would be... So you should be at plus...
right, I didn't add that in. Great.
Yeah. So you actually rolled a... So that would be a 19.
Nice.
That is a hit.
So much math. Okay.
There you go. D10 plus strength bonus for damage. Because it is strength on the... It's strength bonus always on the damage roll.
Right, but it's -1 for damage
Because of the leopard.
of leopard style.
Yep.
So it's just +1.
Yep. You still
Nice.
smack him in the mouth for 9.
Awesome.
Very nice.
You shut your mouth.
All right, good deal. Okay, it is now his turn to react. He cast the spell last round. Okay, well, the only weapon he has that he's been holding is a crossbow. So he is pulling up the crossbow and just holds it above his head at an awkward angle and fires it. Surprisingly, at you. And it hits. And it crits. 4. So you take 8 points of damage, and now you can make a fortitude save and need above an 18. Yep. It's a cool spell, guys. You should look it up.
But we don't know what it is.
Okay, so you need to roll an 18 or above on a fortitude save. You take 8 damage, which is negligible to you, but... Gangster bow. It isn't the crossbow, it's the spell that he uses with it.
Seriously, that's a really cool thing.
Hey, guaranteed 20 on your next dice roll.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait for Marlo. You're up.
All right, I'm going
Fortitude
to.
save.
Sweet God. Fall into tiger style. And flurry of blows.
Fortitude save first.
Oh, I got hit with something? I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
so...
that was what I was saying. He hit you. You took 8 points of damage from the crossbow bolt, but you got to make that Fortitude save. And you need an
Again,
18
gotta
or
hate
higher.
cross bolts.
This is
like-
what you would have got hit by before, but they didn't
Right.
happen. Remember?
God.
True strike. Okay.
Ass.
Unfortunately, you are taking Z's. Poor Marlo.
I'm gonna make him
Hit you
keep that
anything.
fucking crossbow, you guys.
Here, that'll work as Z's. That looks like Z's.
Oh no.
You're out cold.
I love it. Marlo's doing so much to get involved in a fight.
I know, and
she's
then at first she's straight in there,
He's
and
like,
this guy.
finally sleep.
Okay. The Shadow's turn. He attacks Racer. 3 attacks.
Miss.
1d20
Miss.
plus 8 for the first one. And
That's a hit.
that's a hit. Slash R. 1d20 plus 8. Slash R. 1d20 plus 3. Okay, he only hits you once. Fortunately, he uses crappy weapons, so only does 3 points of damage.
Yay!
Yay.
All right. It is now your turn to react, Racer.
I will return the favor. Screw you,
Alrighty.
Shadow.
Not
Screw you,
quite.
Shadow.
Ah. All right. Radovan,
I'm moving up another,
20 feet.
and yeah, I'm doing both attacks on this asshole.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna wake up and everybody's gonna be dead. I'm gonna be like,
Oh my god, I missed it! No!
oh,
Oh, yay!
The good news is it's a spiritual weapon, so it can't really fail, or does it fizzle? Is that what happens? Does it fizzle?
It can't fizzle.
Because it's concentrated.
But
so.
we're gonna. But basically, because a 1 is always a bad thing. Yep. Basically, you stub your toe as you're walking up, and you almost lose concentration. So you have to like stop, and that prohibits you from getting the second attack.
All right, that makes sense.
Okay. Kia. As you're swimming around in the river, it's pretty deep, so you're gonna be unless you're swimming.
I was gonna stay towards the coast
Okay.
there, just in the water.
Alright.
First of all, I'm gonna say, Cal, where are you? In my head. Just wondering why he hasn't attacked these fellas.
Because it's your familiar and it's your decision to tell
I
me
haven't
what
seen
he
him
does.
around. Can he hear me, or is he close
Oh,
enough?
absolutely he can.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him to try to sting any of the enemies there.
Anybody.
The shadow or the guy that came down for the rope.
Alright, so he's diving down like a crazed mosquito. Will Strom, thank you for the follow. Oh, my name is Meerkat. I missed you. Thank you for the follow. I don't know how I missed you. You must have been on break. Okay, so Cal's coming in for his attack. Okay, so you tell him to go do that. Then what do you want to do? Because that's your free action.
Yeah, I'll move out of the water over here.
Okay. Alrighty.
Just hiding for a sec.
Marlo, you're asleep, I'm afraid. Right, our friend who did not get hit is free to cast. Okay. Right, he is casting Magic Missile on Keeliana.
No.
Yes.
Bad. Bad.
He's not a very high level mage, but so that's good. You take whatever that was, and why is
5.
that? A total of 5 points of damage from his magic missile attack.
Okay.
Yep, he doesn't want you in the fight.
I'm still alive, but I'm like,
You're
God.
badly hurt.
Radovan, I'm sorry for running away from you.
The shadow is attacking Racer again. slash R 1d.
The knife fight.
Right? Rapiers and knives at dawn.
Damn
That's a
it!
hit slash R.
Ouch.
And that's a hit.
Ouch.
And that's a fumble. Let's see how bad. Remember, on a fumble, it's the lower the better. That's pretty low. Okay. He's basically going to push himself. He's going to end up going last in the next round, so he's lost his initiative. But he does hit you twice with a rapier, so slash R 2d6 plus 4.
270.
You're dead! Right, slash R 2d. How did that work?
I'm dead.
Plus 4. There we go. For 10.
10. Ooh.
All right. It is now Race's turn.
Alrighty, redemption? Alright, I will
Epic
stab
one.
back at him. How dare you stab at me?
Miss.
Distracted.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Not good. Radovan,
good.
what do you
Not
want to
good.
do?
Well, since she's in range, so my hammer's going to return to me because I'm dropping concentration. And I'm going to do a Cure Moderate on Kia because she's actually where she should have been
Thank you.
a round ago when I was walking deliberately towards her for
Okay.
a fucking heal.
Go
She
ahead
just got
and
mad,
do your Cure
okay?
Moderate.
Yeah, 2d8 plus 9, right? Because it's
Yep.
You're
moderate.
just upset.
21 points
21
of
fucking
damage
hell.
Healed.
you.
There you go. Okay, so you heal for 21, Kia.
Thank you, Radovan.
Now it is your turn. But you're basically getting healed, so it limits what you can do. But what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kia. I'd say you
okay.
drop a fireball right here. You get them all.
I'm actually going to use one of the magic missiles in my ring
Oh, okay.
and go for the guy that attacked me, which is probably the shadow. So,
Well, the guy who attacked
no, the
you was-
guy that attacked you was
oh,
the
it was
other
the
guy.
other guy?
Yeah. He's the guy
Oh.
that did the magic
Oh,
stuff.
shit. Okay,
So-
I guess.
It's up to
Uh,
you. Pick a
No,
target.
the other guy is the one that's half on the orange, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we'll
gonna
get
go
to the end
for
of this
him.
round because we're past due on our break as well.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the shadow then.
Okay. Slam him for whatever. Remember, it's whatever the spell power of the spell in the ring is, not what you can cast it at.
Right. Okay. 4d4
Spook, I
plus
feel really
4.
bad. And we have a kind donation just come in.
11. That was terrible.
Okay, so you blast the shadow for 11 more points of damage. Alrighty. He's definitely badly hurt.
Okay.
Remember, he's mostly rogue, so he doesn't have a whole ton of hit points. Okay, right, we're going to take a very short break. Myself and Kia will be here to answer any questions that you have.